to the Andrea and Stacy show.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Stacy.
This is Sophia.
I'm going to bring her to the light.
We can't.
We can't.
She's just stuck in the dark now.
She just looked like she was. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, bless her heart.
Creepy back there. Is that what that looked like?
So what have you been up to?
I watched a thing on YouTube, a YouTube video, Facebook, TikTok, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And it was talking about brave Hollywood actresses. I sent it to you. I don't know if you've seen it. Who don't live up to the industry standard.
What?
There's some rebels out there that, are you ready for the list of the things that they do?
What do they do?
They don't mind slouching. Apparently, you have to go like this, and they know the ones who slouch. They have a list of them.
There's a list?
There's some that go with no polish on their toes. There's some that go with chipped polish. There's some women, it's all women they were talking about, that let a little bit of gray show. Rebels. Do you know I meet none of those standards?
I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, and some of them are okay with having a little bit of hair between their lip and. I shaved mine off today. If I don't, it would be this long.
Yeah. I shaved mine today too. Shaved at it. Not really sure. Shave in blind. I almost said in the dark. I do not shave in the dark, but I do shave blind.
I'll tell you what. All things are revealed in the light. Like, you can see everything I miss when this show.
Yeah.
I was just imagining getting my hair done, my nails done, my toes done,
Do you
standing
know
up straight.
how hard it is for me to go get my nails done on a regular, consistent basis? And the only reason I do is because when I pull those bolts of fabric off, if I haven't kept my nails short, I break them, and it hurts.
Yeah.
So since I've had these are my nails, just I have
That gel coating makes them more durable.
Yeah, so they don't break. And as soon as I get them done, I go dig in the dirt. I mean, there is no, they're a week old now.
I cut mine, they grow. I cut mine, they grow. I chip one, it's shorter than all the other ones.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I lazily just cut the one I chipped. I didn't take the time to do all of them.
That's the one that was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't live there. There's some people like that here, though, that talk and look and think things, but
they were trained that way as a child, so they've just carried it.
And that's fine, but they shouldn't look down on other people because they don't.
Because you can't, I don't care. You just can't decide one day to do all that.
No.
Like, it would stress you the heck out to try to, what
It'd be
was
expensive, too.
That show with Audrey Hepburn where, they take her off the streets of London and they turn her into, like, some prim and proper thing. I forget the name of it, but, yeah. A pass.
I didn't see that. I'll have to look at it. At work, I don't have time to. Was it today? Did you text it to me or send
it was probably Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Because it came up on Facebook.
Okay.
So they can only let you send it there.
I haven't made it home to sit and relax and peruse.
Welcome to Oklahoma, where we don't have standards.
Yeah.
Or we don't judge you by your looks. And all the people that do, the rest of us just talk badly about them. Openly and behind their back.
Yeah, usually openly, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing better than being around people that you know exactly where you stand with them. I don't care if they don't like me. I just appreciate knowing it instead of thinking that they do. And they don't.
Well, are the days of caring. Sorry, that was an Oklahoma thing. It sounded like Karen.
I don't know what's going on with my hair today, but it doesn't.
Aching.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it normally does.
It's got like a tighter curl.
Yeah.
More defined, I think.
I probably just brushed it different. Oh, I did. There was a part, and I just brushed the part when I got out of the shower, so maybe this is its new thing, because usually my part's way over here.
Yeah.
So maybe it's decided to
shift.
Yeah.
Well, the equator's shifting. The poles are shifting.
It is.
Your part might as well shift.
Yeah, I don't know how.
It does affect the atmospheric pressure in certain.
In the roots of my hair. I'm going to lean this way now.
Look, the compass follows your part. You have cute shoes on the end.
$9. Thank you. I've worn them every day. They're so comfortable.
I like that color level. Leather.
Yeah, me too.
Some people call it cognac.
Oh.
I've always called it like camel, but I guess camel's more yellow. That's more foamier.
I would like a purse this color, I think. Mm-hmm. I looked at leather purses. You know what else I looked up and decided probably wouldn't buy is cameras. Do you know how long it's been since I've perused like the top 10 best cameras out there? Just the, like you were talking about a long time ago, just the little bitty not an attachable lens, just a zoom and a shoot. But you know their specs are not, short of the zoom, because you can really zoom in with some of those, but their basic specs aren't much better than my phone camera. And I don't know if it's worth the $400 or $500 for a 10 times zoom. I guess it depends on what you want to take a picture of. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I was thinking if Allison and I do go, it might be nice to have a camera instead of my phone. You know, just a little one that can fit in my pocket. But I don't know now. I don't know what I would pull out first. I'd have to carry it before I went to be used to using it, like having it there. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it in a long time. Seeing like we have to go into AT&T because you know they keep telling us we have to.
Yeah.
And our phones are not working. I thought, here's my chance. I'm gonna get one of those old people phones.
Yeah, you would like that.
And then I'm gonna get an iPad. Yep. And then that way, if I'm home and I want to do all the internet-y stuff, I have the iPad. I can do it. But when I'm out and about, my phone can just be my phone.
Yes. Yeah.
Or when I'm in bed at night, I have my phone there so I can get a text message or hear it ring.
It'll be life-changing.
Of course, I'll just be in bed with my iPad. Because when we moved, we're debating if we want a TV. Like, we're to the point we don't really utilize TVs almost.
Jeff utilizes it in the later evening and on the weekends but he doesn't sit and watch it. Like he'll put a golf tournament on or something like that.
Quite a sports, which airs over networks.
Yeah. And he, but he'll go outside, mow the yard, come back in, and he'll watch to see where everybody's at, who's leading, and then that's it. But he watches MASH every night.
A good show like that resets you, calms you down.
I think it's like, yeah, I think that's exactly what it is for him. Yeah. But you know what comes on after MASH? Monk. And I love Monk. But I don't always get to watch it because sometimes he'll just get up, turn the TV off, and go to bed, and I'll be sitting there looking at the TV like, he's not a jerk. He just not used to me being back there because I don't watch.
Yeah, it's kind of. He's got a flow.
Yeah, he literally does not know. And if I am back there, I'm usually playing PUBG or something. I'm not watching television.
Whatever we ate at La Fiesta is make me constantly burp.
It's that broccoli that was in there. That's what it is for me.
I have been through the ringer since I took that megadose pill thing.
How many of those? How many days?
I have to take 8, and I took 1, and I do again Wednesday. Oh, I'm just now today feeling like a human being. So I'm interested this is funny though. I'm feeling more normal, but my numbness is coming back. So I can tell I probably ran through whatever I absorbed.
Oh. So will you go through it again with the next one,
That's
or
what I'm
will
wondering.
it be a little less?
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, like I can't be depleted as I was.
Right.
So, but weird things is like I have thick legs, always have. Even when I was like pencil thin, my legs were always larger than my, like the bottom half. So what do you call it, pear shaped or whatever. But I've always had really tight, swollen calves, which medically for women, that is a sign of like inflammation and illness. It's like common, your fluids will pool in those areas. And I noticed that the swelling even in my legs has gone, which has revealed a lot more cellulite than I thought that I actually had.
Oh, yeah. People say, oh, you have no wrinkles for your age. Well, let me lose 50 pounds and see where we're at.
16 pack of salt a day. Fountain of youth.
I've been trying to drink. I have the big Topo Chicos, the 16. They're giant bottles.
I did not. Oh, I've seen them single sell at the gas station, but I've never
when we
seen
went to Costco's, they had cases for $16.
That's good.
And there's 24 in there.
And it's glass, not plastic.
Yes.
Okay.
And I bought 2 of them, not thinking anything about it. And when I took the first one out, it was this giant bottle, and I was like, whoa. Because I drink 0 water a day. So I'm trying to correct that for weeks on end. And I make myself drink a bottle of water at work. This is huge for me. I drink a Topo Chico when I come home, through, not just standing in the kitchen down in it, but I fix one. And then I try to have down a glass of water before I go to bed, which isn't the best habit, but that way I'm drinking it at least throughout the day, not just when I get home or something.
That is a big deal.
So that's huge. And I didn't have Saturday. I didn't have any water at work because we were so busy. I just didn't go get it. I did have coffee that morning.
It hurts.
No. And I didn't drink any water Sunday because I didn't think about it because I was exhausted, But this morning when I woke up, my lips were chapped. I don't know what that's about. They should have been chapped prior to that. Maybe it's because I was at that table, but water level table.
Yeah.
So 2 days without water.
You started going back down. Yeah. I don't know. I've had weird, bizarre things.
I have a long way to go, but look, I showed this to you the other day. It moved.
It's better.
Yeah.
Before it just like peaked. Yeah. It came to like a sharp
point. And it actually moves down for a second. It still stays there, but
it goes fairly quick.
Yeah.
There was one other weird symptom. Well, I've had so many bizarre ones, but one that was, like, I get really hungry. I eat. I can't eat a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then my energy jumps up. Then I start getting sweaty. Not sweat, but like dewy. And then I get kind of tired. Like I go through cycles. For the first day and a half, I was just so tired and hurt so bad I couldn't move. So something's like jacking or something.
It sounds kind of like you're having a little bit of a diabetic thing go on there.
And all those tests came back great.
Yeah. It's a vitamin D deficiency. I don't think we said what it was. So the pills are just vitamin D, but they're massive amounts.
It's like non-existent vitamin
D. Yeah.
So it's been weird for sure.
Yeah. I really feel like if, when you get that those last pills taken that you'll feel better. It's just the stinking process of going through it.
I'm really excited to see if there's more positive outcomes over the next week. Crazy what a little vitamin can do.
Yeah, and that's why I drink the Topo Chico at night, because it's minerals. Because I know I'm deficient in things, and I figure this is better water than whatever comes in a plastic bottle.
Oh gosh, we're at Lowe's and Home Depot today, and I needed something to drink. Like, I needed something to drink, and go to the cooler, and they have like Aquafina and Dr. Pepper. So my body was saying water, but my mind was saying that's Aquafina.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll take a drink of stuff, and I can't. And Aquafina is one of those I have a really hard time drinking. So I actually drank a third of it, which was more than I thought I would be able to do. And I drank about half the Dr. Pepper when I got home, but some of those bottled waters are...
At work, Gail brought some, and I poured it down the drain. It tasted like dirt, and I didn't say anything because sometimes my tastes are off that bad. And Gail sat down to have and had water at lunch, and she goes, "This water tastes awful." I said, "Okay, I thought it did too, but I wasn't going to say anything because I'm picky about water. If it smells weird or something."
I saw at Homeland, like, over the summer, they had, I think it was probably one of those cookout holidays, like Memorial Day, 4th of July, or the Homeland's our grocery store, like, they sell all the barbecuing stuff, and they do the displays. They had water stacked up outside.
Oh no.
I'm like, that is just so disgusting to me. And then I'm like, but it's not delivered on refrigerated trucks.
That's true. But it's not in direct sunlight on the truck. I think it, to me, getting it hot versus direct sunlight, because they say you shouldn't carry bottles of water for drinking in the car and leave them in there. You know how people have their emergency kits?
Yes.
I always try to have a bottle of water in the back of the car, but...
Or like to put out a fire. Or
yeah, wash my hands. Yeah. But not to survive, like
I
to drink from the...
half of my quesadilla on the bar. You can use that if you want that. Tell my husband there was food available.
Oh, I'm going to make... I've been sewing again. Yeah.
Did you bring any of your postcards?
No, I forgot. I had them in a little envelope. I am going to make this for my aunt.
Oh, that's beautiful. I
bought the kit. It's supposed to have those fabrics in it, and bought the pattern.
That's beautiful.
It's collage like the bee. We'll see. Mine will be different than that, but the same. And I think I'm going to make this one for me.
Yeah.
Get rid of that flower, though. I don't like the flower. But I'm going to just tell when we draw names that I want her name for Christmas, and I'm going to mail it the end of November. So she'll have it for Christmas. Yeah. Put something small in there she can open for Christmas. But there's something else. Oh, saw this. It says, "Feeling cute, might go eat your tomato plants later."
Those cutworms, I can't kill them. I can't.
I feed
them
to the chickens.
So you do?
Yeah.
I can't. I just let them live their best life. They're just so stinking cute to me.
Are you familiar with Kelly Moore Art?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and this is just one of his pieces. But that's one. That's one. I may take this as like a rough idea and do a collage quilt of my own.
That's what. Yeah.
Out of that, this is Kelly Moore Art. He does stuff like This one's entitled Half Dead Cowboy.
The Santa Fe and Albuquerque housing market just spiked.
Oh, they were already high.
People are paying, like, the house down the road from my sister is selling for $120,000 more than it was when it was brand new 12 years ago.
That bubble is going to pop and it's going to be brutal. Brutal.
I worry about people getting these mortgages that aren't fixed rate, low interest mortgages.
Yeah.
That's what terrifies me. Because I don't think people realize when they're thinking, can I afford this? I don't think they understand what the payment's going to end up in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary. It's really scary.
Let's see if I have a package on the porch. Sorry. Nobody will see it because we don't use the front door. I think Allison and I are the ones that really use the front door. Everybody else does. Allison won't use it till late tonight when she leaves.
It's funny having so many doors in the house.
Oh man.
It's weird to explain to people.
We have 3 front doors within 10 feet of each other. One goes into my bedroom and the other 2 go into the same room. So we have the front door and the front door.
I say, like, front door, kitchen door, and then, that what Dean's office, I say the office door, and that means the one coming to the front.
Yes.
And then the backyard door is like the office going to the back.
What do you call it? The kitchen door. Is the other one door. Yeah. Yeah.
People used to like doors and windows, man. Nobody was walking around.
When we redid our house, we had 27 windows, and I eliminated a few of them because there was one on the porch that looked into my bedroom.
I think that's exactly what we had. 27. 28 if you count the garage.
Yeah.
Like.
So I got rid of the one over the sink in the back so I could put shelves across. Mm-hmm. You couldn't see out really anyway. And then the one in the bedroom, I got rid of the little tiny one in the attic upstairs. We never opened it. It served no purpose. It looked weird because it didn't fit into the peak. There was another one we got rid of.
And we're not talking windows.
Yeah.
We're talking windows.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they were. Oh, got rid of the one in the bathroom that was in the shower because it was doing nothing but, it was just going to be a problem. Why do you have windows in a shower? Lots of homes do
love
that.
Windows in the shower.
But why? I mean,
I don't know. Like when I'm in there,
what's the purpose?
I think it used to just be ventilation.
Oh, gotcha.
Because a lot of times we have showers now, but the way the bathrooms used to be set up, the bathtub would be under that window.
Yes.
So there was no shower, like getting anything wet. But it was used for like ventilation. I get claustrophobic in the bathroom. And I hate that about hotels.
Yeah.
But I don't really like them above the shower. As long as there's one in there. Okay. I'm looking up and now I'm just staring at my phone because I've long since forgot what that was.
I thought I saw something out there, babe. There might be something out there.
Have the birds been going crazy around your house?
Oh man, insane. Insanely crazy. And I haven't kept up with like the water stuff. It's either dried up or full. And so it's not like there's a consistent reason for it to come.
Maybe worms.
Probably because we've been getting worms that are like, I'm not kidding, that are this small.
Did you read about the bad worms?
Bad? No.
There's earthworms, but then there's this other earthworm. And it's actually devastating. Some other states are getting hit hard, but We have earthworms under the soil that compost the soil, break down nutrients, aerate for the roots of the grass and the trees and whatever. It's very beneficial. You get excited to see them in your yard because you want them there. There's a new worm, and the band in it is white.
Okay.
Otherwise, it looks like a normal earthworm. It is a large one, but it's got white. They don't know how they got here, but they're all here now, or they're coming up. They devastate root systems.
They eat them?
Like prairie grass, it will go to dust. I'll look it up. So if you see those, you're supposed to kill them.
Oh my goodness. How do you get rid of worms? Do you call them up with the worm?
They're called Alabama jumpers or snake worms, jumping worms, crazy worms. They just got bad mojo. Jumping worm. They showed up last year with the murder hornets. Jumping worms. What would I say? Destruction.
Oh, destruction.
Trying to get the picture of like what they eat. Here, I think this was kind of the.
They're tearing through Midwestern forest, it says.
Okay. So this is. What did I do? It just had what I wanted to show, and then it jumps to something else. I opened this. I hit visit. Loaded. Put up a video. I didn't ask you for a video. I didn't ask you for a video.
How can you have a whole article about a specific worm and not have one picture of it?
Well, I'll give you this. I don't know.
There you go, right there.
Okay. Well, you can see the worms here that are heavily infested. You can see next to the tree, it ate all the foliage, the undergrowth. So the forests, the prairies, they can't repopulate themselves because they literally just eat the whole roots. Sad. Probably people like in the hippie movement when everybody wanted to be avid gardeners, they probably ordered worms online to like put in their soil beds.
Oh, I bet that's
and then
how they got here. People ordered them. Because I ordered worms.
Somebody just didn't know what they were quite doing.
Here's what she means by the white band.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Easy to distinguish between.
And we found one out here, actually, so they are here, but it was out of the ground, and Jean didn't know if it was a snake or what. But when you hold the worm, you know you're holding the worm.
Yeah.
It's kind of gooey. It's lethargic. It may squirm, but yet its weight is on your hand.
Yeah.
The one we found was leathery, and I mean, it was twitching like spastic, which is probably why they call them jumping worms.
Yeah.
Because they're firm, so when they go like.
I'll have to tell Jeff because he'll be the one that sees them.
One lucky thing is, though, they don't tolerate wet soil well, so maybe with all the rain, it can reduce the numbers and give the other ones a chance to populate.
Yeah, if they come up, the birds will get them.
Yeah. Evil worms, who knew?
I'm not surprised by anything anymore.
Probably always there. Just for whatever reason, they've got a population boom and have spread.
Yeah.
Maybe it's those guys that play the stick in college and circus. Maybe they call
Maybe they got
them
a big
up.
stick. I want to try that sometime.
I want something would come up. I would like call up scarab beetles. They would just eat my flesh. What are those ants? Killer ants.
Oh man.
Man, if you watched shows in the 80s, you were terrified of killer ants because like the A-Team, MacGyver, there was always an episode with killer ants like coming for people.
I don't remember what country it was, they had flooding and those ants hooked to each other to float across there. I was like, wow.
You get leaves to like make boats.
Yeah.
Nightmares. Well, we survived the killer ants of the 80s and the killer bees of the 90s.
Yeah, the killer wasp of the 2000s. Hornets. I mean,
Murder hornets.
Yeah.
We're survivors. On to the next thing. Mutated mosquitoes. Somebody came up with a plan. They're going to release genetically altered mosquitoes. And when they mate with regular mosquitoes, it makes those mosquitoes sterile, the eggs sterile. Good plan. Nothing will go wrong there.
And when they bite you instead of sucking your blood, they inject you with something that makes you sterile.
They can transmit AIDS. It'll be like the one that.
Oh man.
So in France, they found a fox-cat hybrid.
Oh, fox cat.
A fox and a cat mated, and they had babies, and they're alive and well. And it was a happened in a nature thing. It was not like somebody had them, and like
Yeah. What kind? Just a house cat?
yeah,
Oh.
like a domestic, a feral domestic cat, like a stray cat.
Oh.
Like, how did they know? Like, I guess somebody found some kittens and they thought they were weird looking.
Who would have done the DNA test though? Were they just guessing?
France.
Yeah, I forget things work quicker in other countries sometimes. Are you looking them up? I want to know what they look like.
A new species of cat fox may be prowling French island of Corsica. That's ain't nothing new for Corsica, but we don't have time to go into that. Stay away from the island. That's all I'm going to say. They don't know for sure its origin, but interesting. There's something on the weird. So my grandpa was telling me that when he was out at Emily and Jeff's, he saw an elk, which doesn't surprise me because people have domestic elk herds here. And then there's wild elk at the Wichita Wildlife Refuge, which is only like 45 miles away. But he said he saw elk, not a elk. So I thought, ooh, did Oklahoma ever was elk ever native to Oklahoma? I guess they wouldn't let them have them at the reserve if they weren't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember being taught that in school. It was taught about grasses and bison, but not, well, we called them buffalo.
Yeah. They were exterminated around the 1800s. So
I think everything Oh goodness. I think everything used to be more fluid than what we're used to because we didn't manage populations of things well because we didn't know. So I think where we see migrations of things now, of course they've changed over time. Well, we've exterminated them by default of just being jerk humans. But I think we'd be surprised of what some of the original migration patterns were, of what things lived where, and on the regular.
So apparently they were eradicated in the 1800s, and then in 1908, somebody in Wichita, Kansas, donated a bull elk to the wildlife preserve. And then in 1911, Rocky Mountain elk, 1 bull and 4 cows were transplanted from Jackson, Wyoming. And then in 1912, 15 additional Rocky Mountain elk, 3 bulls and 12 cows, came into the herd. And they have not added any since. So the elk herd that is there today in the surrounding area, because they don't keep them contained to that area, are all descendants of those. So they're going up in numbers, I guess.
Nice.
Now I know what's going to eat my garden. I'm going to have an elk fence. You can just have the garden. Going out there with those big horns, like rubbing up against it. I'm just going to open the gate. I don't have to fix the fence.
Well, like I'd get the elk that was lazy and just leaned on my fence and it would fall over and he'd be hooked in the fence and then run off with half of everything.
My life with animals, that's what I'll get. The freeloader. It's a freeloader elk.
That never leaves.
No one can hunt or kill it because it just sits on my porch.
Thank goodness we can't think like that. We can think like that. Could you imagine? Just be in the garage.
Or that bang, bang, bang. Like until you come out and feed it. Going to Atwood's for giant bags of elk treats just so I could get to my door like I do my dog. Oh.
I think I'm getting tired. I'm sorry.
We should probably call it.
Yeah.
Time of death, 37 minutes and 32 seconds.
Bye.